How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of the Weekly Burn. Weekly Burns, what's basically, I'm picking an album, is my album of the week, essentially, and what's been burning up my stereo. This episode, I've been meaning to make a feature for this band for a long time. I just haven't got around to it, but I guess now's a good time to get a start on that. The debut of the Weekly Burn goes to Faith Extractor, Raising the World of Myth. Also have the tape. Faith Extractor is Ash Thomas. Many of you will know him from Shed the Skin. He's in a band with Kyle Severn from Incantation, Crucified Mortals, and Estuary of Calamity, plus a bunch of other stuff. Thorns of the Carrion, other bands. Out of all those projects, I would say that Faith Extractor is probably among my favorite of his output, just for the fact that this shit is, even though he's very much in a geography where there's a lot of bands that, I don't say they all sound similar, but there is definitely a similar style of ancient death metal going on, which is, no different here with Faith Extractor, but Ash just has a very unique riff writing style. His vocals are very pronounced, old but clear. For being their first album, this is very good. The material is super memorable. Originally released in 2008. I don't exactly know who put it out initially, but Reaper Metal put this out last year. It's a nice fancy digipack here. Folds out like this. But this album is filled with memorable riffs. Heavy, hard-hitting death metal with a little bit of a thrashy edge to it. I think the first song, Faith Extractor, is probably my favorite on here, just for the fact that it's very distinct. It's kind of like the Iron Maiden of the Faith Extractor universe. But very good production, a little dry, but for a first attempt. Their albums afterwards, here's another one, The Great Shadow Infiltrator. This is the second album, and their new album, Lambs to the Proverbial Slaughter, is up in my truck out in the driveway. But really super solid death metal. You're not going to go wrong here. It's different than Incantation. It's a little different than Shed the Skin. It's just really well produced, heavy, well executed death metal. The packaging on this is great too. If you're going to pick this up through Hell's Headbangers is where I got it. I will definitely leave links below to the band's Bandcamp page. But looking forward to hearing this band progress. I saw them last year in Lansing. Before they lost their guitar player, Ash was still playing drums and singing. It's always impressive to see a drummer live bashing it out and screaming along. But the music translates just as well live as it does on CD. Absolutely great for a power trio. These guys have the power. The riffs are simplistic but memorable, and they cut through. If you're a diehard death metal fan and are trying to steer clear of the slam or the super grinding stuff, this is just a Faith Extractor are a great, well composed, old style death metal band. Never gets old, never gets boring, and you should definitely check these guys out. That's all I have to say, really. First installment. These are going to be really quick videos, and I will see you guys next week.